I'd like to call this meeting of Monday, October 13th to order. Please rise for reflection and pledge of allegiance. We gathered together to make decisions for our community. May we use only our best skills and judgment, keeping our minds and hearts impartial. Let us always act in accordance with what is best for our community and our fellow citizens. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Nancy Kogas.
Here.
Here. Here. Here. Present.
Jeremy Huff.
Here.
Paul Coffey.
Here.
Mayor Palmstad.
Here.
Eileen O'Malley is absent. Alicia.
Here.
Dennis Pondo.
Here.
Ken Strucker is absent. Paul Whitmire.
Here.
Jason Calendar.
Here. That was the latest.
Thank you. Public notice, an executive session was held this evening at 6 p.m. for the purpose of collecting information or educating agency members about an issue. Are there any revisions or additions to the agenda?
Madam President, I'm requesting council table Roman numeral 9A. The reason for that is that staff has still not received any information from the state regarding next year's MMO. So hopefully we'll have that information by your next meeting.
Okay, thank you. Any others?
You got to do it. B.
Well,
You mentioned B also.
You can just revise the motion.
Okay.
you were just revising.
We need a motion to table A. Okay.
This is a public comment section for agenda items. If anybody has any comment on agenda items, could they step forward and address council? If not, we'll move on. We have a public presentation from the mayor.
Yes, I have a proclamation starting Red Ribbon Week. Actually, next week, but we won't have a meeting, so we have the proclamation for tonight. Whereas alcohol and drug abuse in the nation have reached epidemic stages. Whereas it is imperative that visible, unified prevention education efforts by community members be launched to eliminate the demands for drugs. And whereas the National Red Ribbon Campaign offers citizens the opportunity to demonstrate their commitment to drug-free lifestyles. No use of illegal drugs, no illegal use of illegal drugs. And whereas the National Red Ribbon Campaign will be celebrated in every community in America during the Red Ribbon Week of October 23rd to the 31st. Whereas business, government, parents, law enforcement, media, medical institutions, religious institutions, schools, senior citizens, service organizations, and youth will demonstrate their commitment to healthy, drug-free lifestyles by wearing and displaying red ribbons during the week-long campaign. And whereas the community of Castle Santa further commits its resources to ensure the success of the Red Ribbon Campaign. Now, therefore, be it resolved, I, Donald Baumgarten, Mayor of the Borough of Castle Shannon, do hereby proclaim October 23rd through the 31st as Red Ribbon Week and encourage our citizens to participate in drug prevention education activities, not only during the Red Ribbon Week, but all year long, making a visible statement that we are strongly committed to a drug-free Castle Shannon. That's dated this day of October the 13th of 2025 by Donald Baumgarten, Mayor of Borough of Castle Shannon. Let's all hope that we can make every community drug-free. It's a tough problem, but we have to dedicate ourselves to helping people who are on drugs to give it up if that's possible. But there's a tremendous inflow into this country of drugs, and fentanyl is still the #1 killer. And they already destroyed a lot of it, but it's still coming in. Even if the borders are closed, it's still coming in. It comes in by boat or whatever. But it's coming, and it comes in. It's in this community. We know that. Our police know that. It's a killer, and it's a shame that it's now being used with other drugs. They put some fentanyl in with other drugs and a pill, and you think that you're taking something that's not fentanyl, and it is fentanyl, and it kills you. So, about an ounce of fentanyl kills thousands of people. So it's a very terrible drug. So I hope that that Ribbon Week, I know you're supposed to put some things on polls, right? And there'll be something at the library and something at the Borough Building. So we congratulate all of you who are participating in this and hope it all does good. Thank you.
Mayor, we have to approve the minutes. If everyone has read the minutes from September 22nd meeting, if there are no additions or corrections, I need a motion to accept those minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We have a retirement recognition award. And over the past few months, Borough Council has been working on creating a new policy for our non-union personnel. After much discussion over several executive sessions, Council has put into place a policy to acknowledge and recognize employees who have recently retired and had long tenures with the borough. This evening, Council would like to recognize an employee who has served and contributed so much to the borough for well over 20 years. I would like a motion to authorize the borough manager to award Loretta Miller $4,120 in recognition of over 27 years of service to the borough of Castle Shannon.
Second. Or I make that motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you so much. Lori, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your service.
Thank you, Lori.
If I may, Madam President, I was just going to say about Lori, I've known Lori ever since she was here, and I've been here longer than everything. But she's a great person. He always did everything he ever wanted. If I ever wanted anything, she did it right away. And even though she didn't work for me, but she just going to miss her. I wish she would have stayed. That doesn't mean that I'm at secretary now. But Lori, I always want to thank you because you just did so great work and
I'll second that. Always a team player. Yeah,
Always.
for sure. So, thank you.
By the way, Mayor, when you first came here, did you ride a horse or was it?
No, it was right after the Civil War.
Oh, they weren't invented yet.
Mike Ted and I started here right after Appomattox.
Okay. Bid awards, contracts, and resolutions. We have a resolution number 775 authorizing council president to sign a 5-year winter maintenance service agreement with PennDOT. Yes, PennDOT is requesting a 5-year contract. These now.
Yes, Madam President, they're asking for a resolution and a 5-year agreement.
So I need a motion to adopt resolution 775 authorizing council president to sign a winter maintenance services agreement with PennDOT.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
So
Thank
it's
you.
a mild winter next few years.
Yeah. Resolution number 776 to approve of a resolution with the accepts the previously dedicated streets and sewers and releases the bonding requirement. Any questions? I need a motion to adopt resolution 776 approving the acceptance of the previously dedicated street and sewers and releases the bonding requirement.
I'll make that. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Community engagement events.
They are getting really close for the Willow Wonderland. I have unfortunately not been able to attend the meetings yet, and I asked for an update. I didn't get one yet, but they were getting some sponsors. I think they were looking for a few more sponsors. But it's looking pretty good from what I've been seeing so far. It's going to be another fun event.
Yeah.
I believe the date is December 6th.
Okay, finance.
Yes, I received 3 check registers since the last meeting dated September 26th, October 3rd, and October 10th. The September one, I had one question. The 47,000 and change to the Castle Shannon Volunteer Fire Department is it for the Relief Association. Is that one we get money from the state and it goes right to the fire department?
Madam President, yes, that is actually a pass-through. So that is state money that is sent directly to the borough. And then the borough immediately cuts a check and presents that to the Relief Association. And in addition to that, we have to report to the state that we received it and dispersed it. So there is a process for that money.
So I'm good with all 3 of those check registers, Vicki. Thank you.
Thank you. I need a motion to pay the bills. Move to authorize the payment of all outstanding bills and invoices totaling $1,372,515.19 from the general fund, $10,977.72 from the streetlight fund, $580,885.72 from the sanitary sewer fund, $86,060.59 from the capital fund, $900.50 from the liquid fuels fund, and $13,507.22 from the library fund.
Make the motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. There's nothing from personnel. And Paul, have we reviewed the handbook? How close are we to that?
I spoke recently, Madam President, I spoke recently with our labor attorney. They are doing a cursory review of certain language that has to do with state and federal law. So they have just done that very cursory review at this point.
Okay, thank you. Planning and codes.
We have 2 public hearings next week with Planning Commission. One's a Columbia Gas project on Boxtos, and the other one's a change in use from Supercuts at 325 Mount Lebanon to a smoke and vape shop. Goes from personal care to retail.
And if I can interject, potentially there could be a hearing at the council's next meeting for the.
Correct, and then follow.
What's going out?
The Supercuts. It was like next to Nick's Pizza, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the
Oh, yeah. Okay.
guy's trying on the other end to make it a Korean chicken shop. So he's working on it. I don't know if it's going to come through or not.
Okay.
Oh, can I ask you a quick question on that? The box dose thing with Columbia Gas. Why does it have to go to planning? Is that for a change of?
It's land development. They'll be going through like the wooded area on Boxtos.
Right. Yeah. There shouldn't be a hang up on that, should there? Isn't it real simple that, is that borough property?
No, it belongs to a Gary, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, Gary Staley. He owns that property.
Has he been told that?
Yes, and they did all the paperwork that's involved to acquire that land.
Oh,
you know,
good.
through different channels.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Madam President, perhaps the solicitor could expand a little bit on that.
Oh, okay.
Because of the zoning area where it's located, a utility such as this requires conditional use approval. It's not a use by right. And one of the requirements of any conditional use approval is that it goes to the planning commission first, and they make a recommendation to council, and then it comes to council. So council is here in the use hearing some point after the planning. But I'm not aware of any issues particularly.
Okay. But thank you.
And have we been able to get any shut-offs on that property,
We have,
condemned property? We're still,
you have to go through the owner. Communication with her, trying to sell it first.
okay. Okay, do we have any, I mean, could we, what
What does
process
condemn
do
mean?
we have?
What does condemn mean?
It could be torn down.
But you have to get shut-offs for all the utilities, and we can't get the shut-offs until the owner agrees to it. First, well, you got the electric off, it's the gas, right? Or the opposite?
Nothing is.
Nothing's off.
Madam President, nothing is off. No, I worked with the government affairs representative with Duquesne Light, and we worked through a process, and we came back to where we started, which was they are not able to turn the power off until the owner gives permission.
So
And
there's no way can we sue her? Can we?
If it's actually being condemned or torn down, then they would have to come and shut it off.
So we're in a stalemate.
Well, we're going to be working with Lennon Smith. We're going to be preparing some grant applications, and that would be one of the properties that we would hope to get funding to
Tear down.
tear down.
Okay.
The other ones we did in the past.
The fact that it's condemned override ability shut off.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. I mean,
Well,
What do you have to do? Go up to the house with a bulldozer?
evidently, I'm not sure, but in the past, I was able to shut them off. From what I'm understanding now, I don't know why they won't let me just shut them off. I can't answer. I wish I could.
is it the utilities that are saying that? Or-
Yep.
Is there anybody living in it?
No, but she owns it. They have to ask her. And she's not turning it off.
That for years, years.
Was she
Yeah, I
paying
used
her
to never
bills?
have any problems getting it shut off, but now I guess they have new rules or whatever they're doing.
Well, keep chipping away.
How's the growth coming along down there? Another
They're
story.
waiting. They just turned their drawings in, I believe, last week to plan review. So it's
What is it going to be?
some kind of Asian restaurant. I don't know specifically what kind.
Sure as heck don't like the color of the building, that's for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
aesthetically, it's,
Keep trying to get those dumpsters down there though.
Did you guys see what that looks like down there? A color that place?
Like a log cabin.
Yeah.
oh, it's,
Hey,
it's
what are you gonna do?
earthy looking.
Earthy.
Everybody to their own taste, Planning and codes, okay, public safety, chief's not here. Our department,
Council, members of Castle City, residents of Castle City, thank you for allowing me to be here tonight. I turned in a report for September 2025. We respond to a total of 19 calls with a couple of major incidents during the month. One was a vegetation fire endangering a house, and the other one was a house fire on Corbett Drive. Just to let you know, there was a workers' comp case opened for one firefighter that was transported from the scene that day. So working with Michael to get all that resolved so that the firefighter can get away with having all his bills paid in a timely manner. Year to date, we've logged 233 incidents for the year. This is trending higher than last year's total at this time. So we're seeing an increase in calls. And it's not because of weather-related incidents where we would get 20, 25 calls in one night. So we're just trending ahead. In-house fire trainings, our first fire school on September 8th. It was a 2-hour class. Reviewed vehicle rescue operations. 14 of your firefighters were present and practiced vehicle stabilization, victim extraction, and traffic management. Monday, September 15th, the second fire school of the month. Probably closer to a 4-hour fire school that night. We did a stress debrief and counseling session that was provided us by our Mount Lebanon Fire Department, and we used their peer group. 14 of the firefighters from Castle Shannon attended, along with members of other departments that were on scene the day of the Corbett fire. So we had a good counseling session, debrief after on Sunday, so it didn't take us long to get one put together. SHACOG is actually working on a peer support group going forward, so we don't have to rely on Mount Lebanon. So we're going to kind of set it up like Mount Lebanon's. Every department will have one member represented. There'll be application will be turned in, submitted. They'll be interviewed, and then they'll be on call for 1 month every 12 months. So it should be a good program to provide services after incidents like we had on Corbett Drive. Saturday, September 20th, and Sunday, the September 21st, we have a special fire school emergency vehicle driver training. So if you had passed the firehouse parking lot on that day, Sunday, the 21st, you probably saw a bunch of orange cones and a bunch of fire trucks whizzing around the parking lot. Firefighters were honing their skills on driver training. Some of the things were doing a chicane forward and backwards, parallel parking a fire truck, and other things to get us all qualified for our EPOC. Yeah, the course was also put out to other departments in the SHACOG membership, so we had some other departments that also attend. Outside training, Tuesday, September 10th, one firefighter went over to do their monthly Allegheny County hazmat drill. That was a 3-hour course. Monday, September 29th, mutual aid structure burn session for our class. 4 members attended it. This is our annual structure burn weekend with Mount Lebanon and Dormont. This year we decided to go to the State Fire Academy. We did that actually last weekend. So all 3 departments got together. There were 30 firefighters from all 3 departments. We ran it through Bucks Community College, Bucks County Community College. I went up as a support person, and I got to tell you, the firefighters that were there to do the incidents did a great job. We ran high-rise scenarios all weekend. The lead instructor of Bucks County Community College came up to me and Dan Morris from Mount Lebanon, Deputy Chief Morrison, at 2 different times, and he could not get over how well the 3 departments trained together, worked together, and communicated. He, as he noted to me, has been in the fire service for well over 50 years, and he's never seen nothing like it. Just how smooth everything was. The firefighters were just doing what they needed to be doing. The communication was right on the fire ground inside the high-rise building. So something that council should be proud of is their fire department is again well trained and doing well, and actually stands out in the crowd when you put 3 to fire departments. That's not usually the case. Some
I was going to say,
miscellaneous.
do you think that the fact that SHACOG plays a big role in this?
No, I would say, and Kevin can contest, that those 3 departments have worked well for many years, probably well over 50 years. I've always known them to work
Okay,
well
so
with
it's,
our service. Yeah. Some miscellaneous items. We attended Rayco Construction Employee and Family Picnic up by the water tower. We do it every year. We let the kids look at the fire truck. We do some fire safety, and then the children look at the fire truck, and then we end the day with some fire truck rides. So every year they do a really nice program for their employees and the families. There's so much to do for a kid and adults. They bring in all kinds of things. So It's an honor to go up there every year and take part in that. I'd like to thank Chief Truber for providing a police car for our annual 9/11 display in our parking lot this year. It's always a good emotional day as people contestants are pulling over, taking pictures, and giving off cookies to Lori this year at the firehouse. So not here, but we had 2 police cars, 1 ambulance, and our fire truck. So it was a nice display, nice for 9/11. A couple of months ago, I was telling you about the fire PE 101 that was supposed to happen this past week. It did not. We changed it now to 11/6. Michael, you'll be seeing an email from SHACOG, Fire Chiefs Group. And again, would like one member of council to come out and join us on November 6th. Again, we'll start at Upper St. Clair, probably at like 9 in the morning, I believe it was. And we'll be bussed over to the training center in Mount Lebanon off of Cedar Boulevard, and then back at St. Clair Hospital or St. Clair Fire Department for the brief and a light lunch that day. So again, look forward. Again, would like one member to come.
Has Eileen from Baldwin?
No, she hasn't committed. So I told her last week that email comes. So if we could just get one, that'd be great.
If anybody is interested, would could we?
By all means, let me know.
I volunteered, but they told me the gear weighs 80 pounds, and I couldn't even get up off of a chair with 80 pounds on me. So
Yeah.
I told him if Eileen did it from Baltimore, I would do it. So
You wouldn't be doing anything strenuous if you couldn't do it. We're not going to put you in a situation that you're not comfortable with. So, but you will be geared up, and you will be seeing a little bit of fire that day. Other than that, I appreciate everything you guys do for us, and thank you.
as well, we thank you for everything you do for the borough.
It's Councilman Coffee that's going to volunteer.
What day is it?
When-
November 6th. I think Kevin should go.
Be a little.
Send Councilman Coffee maybe a little reminder that,
What day is that on?
Thursday.
Oh, shoot.
oh, you have something to do on Thursdays, your book.
Wouldn't have nothing to do about owning a business, would it?
Hmm?
I said it wouldn't have anything to do with owning a
Is
business.
it night? Is it all day?
No, it starts at 9 and it ends by 2.
Yeah.
9 to 2, yeah, okay. So maybe, let me see, who's retired here? Dave?
I'm retired, you're right. So's Dan.
Huh?
So's Dan.
Hip replacement.
And Dan?
Can't
Okay,
lift
well,
that.
you,
Hip replacement.
You
Hip
too.
replacement can't lift anything.
He said you don't have to lift anything.
you two can flip a
I
coin.
had that coat on and that hat once, man up,
Okay,
let alone a tank.
moving Public Works. Do we have anything?
All things ready, moving on to weather.
Okay, and I guess,
Go ahead, go ahead.
I was just going to add that Bob and I attended the SHACOG SALT meeting for this year. So we spoke with the representative from Compass, and so we feel like we're ready for the season.
okay. You had a question?
Yeah, I do. With the borough, the fire department, the police department all celebrating their 100 years, recently. Just wondering, do we have any idea, or how can we find out when Public Works was formed? How long they've been a part of the borough?
Probably as old as the borough, I would imagine.
I think that historian would know. I can't think of his name, but you know.
Jack.
Paul Dujek,
Paul,
the
yeah.
mayor should know when Public Works was founded. Yeah,
Would we be
okay.
able to go through minutes and start seeing whenever they started having reports?
That'd be, I don't know. We'll see what we can come
Yeah,
up
Come on, Mayor.
I don't know if we can do like a word search. I don't know if they're digitized to where we could do that. I don't think they are, especially the older ones. I did go in, Madam President, I did go in and look, did word searches for ordinances and resolutions. I wasn't able to find anything from those documents because I thought that if there was something, maybe it would be done, have been done by ordinance.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find anything.
Have to think about that. Board reports, Allegheny County Boroughs Association, I have nothing to report. Civil Service, I guess he's not here, nothing. Economic Development, I don't think we have anything there.
I
Library.
mentioned that meeting.
Hmm?
If Mike wants to mention that town hall.
PCD.
Well, I guess,
Oh, I see what
I guess
The
that's
23rd.
under Economic Development. There's a public town hall meeting at the library to discuss, for public input on the possible Viddies project.
Yeah, just to give comment on the work that the steering committee has done to this point, just to give input. So we'll be there from 5:30 to 8 on that date,
And that date is
October 23rd.
October 21st, 23rd,
Thursday,
October 23rd at the library from
5:30 to 8.
5:30 to 8.
No, this is just an open house as part of our planning grant.
You always are.
And so it's just an opportunity for the public to look at the work that the steering committee has done to this point, give their input before the consultant comes in to give the final presentation to council.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, the library, do we have,
Heather Myra, Library Director. Just wanted to tell you that Love Your Library Month wrapped up in September. Last time I came to the meeting, we raised over $5,000. Our final number on just patron donations was $7,092.78. So our goal was $10,000, so we almost reached 71% of our goal. Upcoming fundraisers, Texas Roadhouse, Thursday, October 30th from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. 10% of the sales will be donated back to us. The Friends of the Library Fall Flea Market was this past Saturday at the library. Some save the dates. Halloween celebration and parade is this Sunday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Please attend. The flu and COVID clinic, still Thursday, November 20th from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Walk-ins and free registration is available. Third annual craft and vendor fair will be Saturday, November 22nd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have 22 participants. We will provide food, a gift auction, and more. And then some upcoming programs and events. So tomorrow night we have the Dead Riders Rising. Last year we did the Dead Goats. This year we're doing Riders. It'll be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at the library. We close at 7:30. Then the library goes dark. Chair yoga is again offered twice a month. Our instructor Michelle is donating her time to do the classes. And then we have a Witches and Wizards gathering on Friday, October 24th at 7 p.m. All of this information can be on our website, social media, and I do send a weekly email out every Tuesday morning. If you would like that email, just give me your email address and I can add you to the list. Thanks for your time.
thank you. Medical Rescue Team South.
Yes, our next meeting is next Wednesday, the 22nd, at MRTSA.
Okay, Shaycog?
The annual dinner is this Thursday at the South Hills Country Club. Myself, along with Michael and Nancy, will attend that dinner.
The Allegheny County Southwest Tax Collection Committee, I don't think we have anything there. Mayor's report,
I have nothing to report at this time.
Manager's report.
Thank you, Madam President. I'll just mention that we were able to get the UV system repaired at the splash pad today. That's perfect timing so that we can now schedule the winterization of the splash pad, and we're hoping that that could occur as early as this week. I did receive an email this morning regarding the sidewalk near PRT and Ice Castle. I did ask Public Works to take a look, to move the barricades, and if need be, put water in those. The water does tend to leak from us, and so they do lighten up over time. So the hope is that if they need to be, if water needs to be put back in, we'll do that so they're not as easily moved. And I would just share with everyone that we are still planning on completing the next phase of streetscape in 2026, which will address those sidewalk issues. And
Any,
that's all I have.
any word from Ice Castle as to, what they're possibly covering for that damage or not covering?
I think-
If it's, are they in a battle with,
Yeah, they're in the battle with water.
okay, who's going to accept it? Okay.
At some point, the borough may want to leave the Ice Castle property if it doesn't get reimbursed without that, go through that process, but that's always an alternative.
Okay. Solicitors report, anything?
I have nothing.
Real estate tax collector Eileen's not here. Public comment for non-agenda items. If anybody wants to address council on non-agenda items, come up and state your name and address. The podium.
Jerry Combs, Belleville Street. Just wanted to make a quick comment. This past Saturday at the Memorial Hall was a benefit dinner for Lake and Shellaby and her family. That was a very nice event that was put on, very impressive. If you're familiar with the inside of the hall, there's gift baskets lined from one side of the hall to the other, on the sidewall and back partway across the front. So all those baskets were donated. And I understand there was a bunch of different food products that were donated. It was a very nice event. People commented, the community stepping up and everybody inputting into that. So it was very nice. The food was very good.
That's great.
And they still have, they're continuing with their GoFundMe page if anybody would like to donate more money to help the family with the disaster they have to deal with.
Right.
Could I ask Josh just to comment on closing out?
Anybody else want to address council?
Joe Fury, 4002 Willow. I just had a question about some adjoining properties. I guess the big one would be St. Anne's School. We're right across from St. Anne's School. And we understand that Bethany Christian Services, I was at the meeting before, Bethany was given the go-ahead to have their program. I understand they put it down and wondered, is that property being looked at, or is there any activity going on there?
What, the St. Anne's School property?
St. Anne's School.
I don't know. Paul, has anybody approached for permits or anything for?
No permits or anything. They supposedly use it for a school and they do all their basketball in there.
The rest of the building that Bethany was using is just.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Then the 938 St. Anne Street, that's just 2 houses behind us. That's where Marshall lived. And I know that house has been vacant. Wondered if there's any, I know there's a landscaper that comes and cuts the grass, but other than that, it's been vacant.
Is that the one that had tarp on the roof?
Not there. No, that was the White House that was across the street, right on the alley there. But they did replace the roof on that. But no one's living in there right now. His brother, was on the other side of the street, a couple of doors up. Then the other was right at the corner of St. Anne's and Willow, and at 3944 Willow, on the opposite corner from us. It seems that the house is being subdivided. I wondered if they're planning to have more than one family in there. Just sold in July, but they've been cruising there for a couple of months. And it seems like they're putting in extra plumbing vents through the roof. Just wonder if anything, if you know what, like in terms of occupancy, what's going on there. Because it had been a single family residence that almost 40 years that we've lived there. But now it looks like it's being sub.
You're saying it's 3940?
3944. It's right at the corner of St. Anne's and Willow. There's a 1.5 years ago, and she hardly ever lived there. And then she sold it for about $70,000 more than what she paid for it. Now looks like they're subdividing the place. There's a plasterboard. It's been a project for a couple of months now.
I'll look into it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to address council on non-agenda items? I think we have full business.
President, I would just ask if Josh could give council an update on what we're closing out, for this year in terms of our park projects, any of our contracts. Anything
Yeah, we had several contractors working lower mid and up in Hamilton. It started at lower Hamilton. This one playground vendor that we had, Sports Recreation Associates, they did the top lot basketball hoops, lower Hamilton. We recommended their final payment, I think last month, so their contract is closed out. Next one, I guess we'd say like the global contract for Keystone Sports Construction. So they did the ball field, the trail paving around the court or around the field and the courts, the pickleball courts, tennis courts, the fencing. So all their physical work is done. Final payment has been processed and they're closed out as well. Another contractor we had down there, which was really the first one, which would be Schallenberger. They sort of took over on the project. So all their physical work is completed. There is one remaining pay request out there, basically waiting for record drawings and some certification documentation from their geotech. Been going back and forth with them over the past month. I would anticipate we get that documentation and recommend final payment for them probably at your November meeting. A couple others would be multi-purpose building installation contract. The final pay request, final change orders has been recommended and processed for that. There was a couple things that came up sort of at the end of the project. One was there was a wall covering inside the restroom that was sort of bubbling. It was more of like a material defect. They ended up getting replacement materials from the manufacturer, got that replaced. Another one was there was a couple roof leaks. Sort of hard to determine where they're coming in when we had that long drought period, but they went out there during a rain event and sealed up some penetration. So we'll just keep an eye on that. If anything else comes up, it can just be addressed under the maintenance bond.
Is that what was happening in the restroom areas?
I think it was in the women's restroom. There was a puddle on the floor. Yeah. I think there was in the utility room. There was as well. So we think they sealed up all the holes, penetrations, but again, we'll keep an eye on it and they'll address them as they come up. I guess ongoing one would be the paving contract with Foligno. Issue a punch list letter to them. It's probably a couple months at this point. They're working through those. For the most part, I mean, they're done with their work. It's just completing some last punch list items. That's one contract that still hasn't been closed out. That's generally the contracts for Lower Hamilton. Upper Hamilton, so the first big one was like the site and infrastructure for the splash pad, and that one has been closed out for a while now. Really, the only one up there that's open is Independent Enterprises contract. They did the concrete work, trail paving, similar to Foligno, which is punch list items that they're addressing at this point. Now, they were working on them recently, so the goal would be to have them closed out and done by next month.
So we should have everything wrapped up by the end of the year?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a quick question on the maintenance bond issue since you brought it up? Knowing there's so many primes and up there, there's probably different maintenance bonds for everybody, but you mentioned the roof leak. Like that you hadn't closed them out yet, right?
They have been closed. Well, I'm pretty sure their final payment has been processed, yes. So 18 months from the issuance of final payment.
Okay, so.
And then, I mean, you guys should also get a warranty for the roof itself, which would extend 20, 25 years, whatever it is. But for Stefanik's contract, they were the
So my question is, having dealt with those maintenance bonds in the past, you say since it's 18 months, it's a 12-month period. you send somebody out and make sure where those leaks were that.
Yeah, we typically do that for all of our projects. So even if we have a paving project or a sewer project, I mean, we do an inspection before it's going to expire.
Well before it
Not
expires.
a week before. And if there is an issue, basically you just document it with a letter to the contractor, just sort of putting them on notice. And I mean, 9 times out of 10, they'll address it and you won't have to take action on their maintenance bond.
So about the splash pad, I imagine there was a maintenance bond on that project also.
The splash pad is a little different because it wasn't the project that we bid out. It was procured through CoStars. So there wasn't like an 18-month maintenance bond, as far as I know, associated with that.
Is there,
I had to look through their agreement. I mean, there might be some sort of period, but I doubt it was.
maybe it was a separate warranty, maybe?
I mean, they should have a warranty on their product. I mean, the splash pad never really has been functioning at any point in time completely. So I know
That's my
Michael's
point.
been working with manufacturers.
Contractor's already been paid, closed out. Like, what recourse do we have to, this thing still isn't working right, maybe till today?
I mean, try to extend the maintenance.
Well, just to find out all this extra we put out, are we going to get some of this back or what?
For anything that he had in repairs and trying to get reimbursed for it, or
Right, that.
I'm not sure about that one there, for that specific.
We've been talking here that Michael's keeping track of what those numbers are, so.
And Madam President, we did file an insurance claim for that lightning strike, and so we did receive some funds to reimburse us for those expenses.
So was it a maintenance bond issue too, that you were
He said it was bid through CoStar, so there may not have been a maintenance bond
at all?
on that one, on the splash pad. So.
Yeah, a lot of the problems came up. I mean, even before we finally had it operational, we were to a close point, and then there was a lightning strike that sort of.
I mean, what about like the cement and all that? What if, like a defect in workmanship or something down the road, 6 months down the road? Say the floor or whatever.
So, yeah, like all the concrete work, I mean, that was done under a contract that we bid out.
So is there maintenance bonds?
Yeah, I mean, if a year from now, I mean, you get a substantial crack, a settle in
Okay.
or whatever, then yeah, that would be something that could be covered under the maintenance bond.
Just don't want to fall through the cracks that nobody's out there checking it, like in 6 months, or if it's a 12-month bond, at the 9-month period or the 6-month period, get out there and take a look.
And yeah, I mean, with this being an active park, there's always someone out there, but yeah, certainly we would, we can coordinate that with Michael and Public Works and put that on the calendar for when we need to be out there. So.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Madam President, Michael, earlier in the year, we were talking about some change order requests in regards to Lower Hamilton and the field. Fencing issues, the dugout issues. Did we ever make progress on that, or is that going to be kind of a parks ad hoc we're going to deal in the off season and possibly look into that next year?
Madam President, the hope would be is that Len Smith, myself, can meet with the ad hoc parks committee, review those costs, get your feedback on what your thoughts are on those costs and what those options, what options you might feel you would like to recommend to council, and then we can move forward from there.
Okay, there's no other questions. We'll move on to any new business. Being no business, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.